Hey guys, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to all you LT gamers. Today I want to do a what to expect video on Star Trek Resurgence and give my thoughts on the proposition ahead of us. Now before we jump into the action, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. We appreciate all of our Star Trek fans on the channel. If you're new here, why not join us for the journey? We feature a lot of new Star Trek content. We have a big pipeline for 2023 and beyond. Look, come and join us here at LT Gaming, have fun and enjoy the content. If you're watching this video externally, make sure to come onto YouTube and drop us a like as that has the most powerful impact on the channel. Star Trek Resurgence arrives May 23rd and will be available on the Epic Game Store, Xbox and PS5, PS4. The game is actually being developed and published independently, but it is in partnership with Epic Games and under license from Paramount. Now, as we all know that former Telltale employees are responsible for this game, it is, of course, naturally an interactive narrative video game, and it tells an original story set in the era shortly after the events of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's a pretty cool era for it to be set in, and some of the environments look very, very good. The bridges that I've seen and the artwork definitely make this exciting. The story will follow two main characters stationed on the USS Resolute. First Officer Jara Rydek and Engineer Carter Diaz will be the perspectives that the player gets to play from. You essentially have to unravel a sinister mystery involving two alien civilizations on the brink of war, and I think that's quite an exciting premise because it doesn't mean that everything's going to be focused on combat. There's going to be some other elements of the Star Trek universe brought into this game, and that may have been missing a little bit from past Star Trek games. One piece of very exciting news about the game, which came out on May 1st on their Twitter, was the fact that Jonathan Frakes will voice William Riker within the game. I do think personally that Star Trek lends itself well to the narrative adventure style game. We've had a lot of combat based games in the past, but we all know that Star Trek is based upon a more utopian principle and that you can solve your problems without violence. It would be my hope that in the game that you are able to solve a number of situations in a more peaceful manner and using intelligent ways to solve issues. One thing that I can confirm about the game is that it won't be released in an episodic format, but will be a complete game upon release. This of course differs from the typical Telltale series, where you would have a 1 to 2 hour episode in one sitting, followed up by further installments. This is a good thing, as I like to get my hands on a complete finished game. It has also been confirmed that Resurgence will offer the player more exploratory freedom, and this I really welcome. Many areas of the ship are being modelled for the player to freely roam, and this will really be immersive and definitely excites the ship nerd in me, and I know many of you out there will feel the same way. My poor girlfriend, or fiancée as I should call her now, was very disturbed the other night when we were watching Picard Season 3 and I just went through and named every single ship and their context. She looked at me a bit like, wow, how did I end up in this position? But hey, that's another story for another time. There has also been some discussion that you won't be confined to the Starfleet vessel for the entire game and you can explore alien worlds and alien ships. If they deliver on this, that will really impress me. But of course, we're going to have to wait for the finished product to find out if they deliver on this open style gameplay. For me, even a narrative story, if it's too confined, I'm not going to enjoy it. I need to be able to explore the Star Trek universe around me and enjoy myself and immerse myself in the environment. And I'm hoping with Star Trek Resurgence, they are able to really nail that feeling. There is going to be some dynamic choices in the game that could lead you to different endings. But in the words of the developers themselves, they're not going to be branchy for the sake of being branchy. Whatever this ends up meaning, I'm not sure yet. I guess we're going to have to find out, as I wasn't able to get my hands on an early version of this game. Overall, I am quite excited about this game now, and actually got more excited as I did this preview of the game. Reading about it, gathering information, I think it's going to be a nice shake-up from the usual combat-focused game that we've had in Star Trek. And that's what Star Trek is all about, solving problems with intelligence. But anyway, hopefully this keeps us on our toes as Star Trek gamers, and I'm pretty excited about the May 23rd release. If they give me a copy, I will of course review it for you. If they don't, I'll probably pick it up anyway, and I'm quite excited about what it's going to offer. So there we go, Star Trek Resurgence. Are you excited? Let me know in the comments below. What are your expectations? What are you worried about? I personally am quite excited about its proposition, and I think it follows in the vein of other Star Trek games like Hidden Evil, Judgment Rights, and Star Trek The Next Generation Final Unity. I'm pretty excited. Anyway guys, I've been Luke from LT Gaming. As always, I'll catch you on the next one.
Details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.